what I learned is that when I act from a wound in my energy field, in my soul, I act from inverted wisdom. And here's a prime example. 8 years ago, after I started healing 10 years ago, I got in an argument with my youngest daughter. And I was wrong and I needed to apologize. But I had a really hard time. I was like blocked and triggered and I'm like, what's wrong with me? Um, and so I asked my subconscious, which I had learned to do through the healing work I was doing. And I heard was, you are afraid that if you apologize to your loved ones, they will leave you. Like that's not logical. I'm human. I can make mistakes, right? So if I apologize, that's healthy. If I admit fault and change, I'm sorry. I won't talk to you that way again. That was my fault. I won't disrespect you again. Whatever I said. So when I realized and when I turned my wound into wisdom, I changed my consciousness, I changed my field, then I was able to say, easily let it flow out of me without it being triggered, I'm sorry, and I changed. And now I can apologize, no problem. But my childhood, there was no apologizing in my childhood. My mom was an alcoholic and she used fear, guilt, and shame to control people because she couldn't be wrong. So we might have time for me to get into something about why it's hard for women to be wrong more than men. But let's do a deep dive into this Christian worldview. I did some chat GBT and to help us, get a good look at the Christian worldview. And then we'll talk about Carl Jung because, I just love his quote. One does not become enlightened by imagining beings of light, but by making their darkness conscious. And, Christianity did not want people to be enlightened. They wanted people to be servants, to follow the nation state. Okay, so the goal, the intent was not personal sovereignty. It was sovereignty of the country. And so if you want to locate sovereignty outside of an individual, okay, God's a great place. Well, God said, okay, and now we have the proof. So let me share my chat GBT screen and we'll look at all of that. And I haven't looked into all of this yet, so it'll be kind of new for me too. Okay, so circular moral identity statements like she was talking about. I'm liberal, therefore I am a good person. And I know I'm a good person because I'm liberal. Yeah, it's so how do you break people free from that cycle? And we saw Brian did a great job of it. He confronted them with the obvious different reality. Okay, so they have a direct psychological ancestor in Christian moral structure. Christianity fused identity with moral status. Traditional Christianity taught humans are morally fallen. Only the saved, faithful, orthodox are righteous. Belonging to the correct belief system equals moral safety, right? I'm Christian, so I'm good. I'm good, so I'm Christian. Circular, very immature logic that does not expand our emotional range. It does not lead one to enlightenment, but they did not want people going to enlightenment. Because if people knew how to experience enlightenment and access all the wisdom and knowledge in the universe via their own soul, then what do we need the church for? And how can they have control? How can they create a nation state? So I understand the conundrum.